Hi there, I'm Katie, aka the CRM Fairy, and I help digital entrepreneurs with their lead generation, lead organization, and lead nurture. And in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about two simple email service platforms, Mailerlite and Flodesk, and I wanted to do like a little comparison of the two. So conveniently, Mailerlite has this comparison chart already built in. So I wanted to show you first the different prices. They both give a free trial, but with Mailerlite, I think you can stay free for a little while. With Flodesk, you cannot. I found that out after my free trial was over, and I tried to send an email, and they're like, you gotta pay in order to send any emails. So it does start out at $38, while Mailerlite starts out at $10, which is sort of a big difference. But then once you trickle down and get to 5,000 subscribers, they're basically on par. So price isn't a huge option or like differentiation if you are choosing this as your email service provider and you're actually going to use it to grow a huge list. And then don't get dizzy. Here are all the features compared of the two by Mailerlite, if that makes sense. Okay, so there is a drag and drop editor. They both have that. AI writing assistant. That's not something I think you really need. Custom HTML, also something that I don't need. And if I needed it, I would ask ChatGPT to write it for me. So it's like the same thing, right? You can do surveys and quizzes on Mailerlite, which is kind of cool. RSVP to events. And then you have like your e-commerce campaigns, which is nice because if somebody buys something specific, then they are put into a campaign funnel and given all the necessary emails. So with Flodesk, you can do that if you tag somebody the right way, which I will get to like their e-commerce stuff in a couple minutes. But this isn't a huge deterrent either because you can do a similar thing as long as you set it up. So set it and forget it, as they say. You can't do promotional pop-ups on Flodesk, but I don't see that being a really big problem, at least for me. Could be for you. And then landing pages with custom domains. I didn't know you could do that on Mailerlite. That's not something that I ever thought of doing. Automation split testing, you can't do on Flodesk, but that again is a thing that you can set up if need be. And then an unsubscribe page builder. Interesting. Not on Flodesk, but on Mailerlite. And then you can build a website on Mailerlite. I believe you have to pay for that if you want it. I tried to build one and didn't love how I was able to do things or wasn't able to do things. I feel like it was a little maybe too generic and not customizable enough. But you can do a blog on Mailerlite, which is nice because you could also connect that to your newsletters and things like that, all in one place if that is a convenience for you, which obviously it could be if you want everything all in one place. And then let's see. Oh, you can do paid newsletter subscribers on Mailerlite if you're not on like Substack or something like that. And then optimizing campaigns. I guess this is a big one that I really haven't dove into myself because I do, I guess, super simple campaigns. But A/B split testing, that could be an important thing actually when you are looking to optimize your campaigns, as it says. Let's see. Oh, and then you can deliver by time zone on Mailerlite, which is kind of nice. I usually put my emails to send. I guess it depends on the day. It depends on if my YouTube video is coming out or my podcast is coming out. But I like to send at 8 a.m. because I put the podcast out at like 6 a.m. But again, that's like 3 a.m. across the country. So that could be crazy if people have their notifications on. But you don't have your notifications on at 3 a.m., I don't think. Especially for a random marketing podcast such as Lead Magnet Magic. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Okay. Click maps. I actually think that's pretty cool. On your specific websites. Obviously, Flodesk doesn't have that because they don't have a website builder like Mailerlite has. And then tracking campaigns and reports, that's a big one. They both have that, obviously. Any email service provider that doesn't have that, you should quit using immediately. And then I guess you can pay for comparative reporting, which I didn't know. Not something I would ever do because I like analytics, but I'm not that into them. Okay. And then there's only support from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Flodesk, but you know, it's a chatbot anyway until you say, give me a representative over and over again. And they're like, I don't think I can solve your problem. Let me give you to a representative. Okay. And then if you're doing mobile apps, I guess Flodesk doesn't have one. I don't do any of my email service provider things on my phone because I'm a millennial and important things are done on the computer. Okay. So anyway, when you sign into Mailerlite here, you can see that this is the dashboard and it's like all your analytics, which sort of makes sense because if you're sending campaigns and then you're coming back to check how they did and all that stuff, you're going to want to see this. You're going to want to see who's subscribed, who's unsubscribed, all that stuff. And then if you go to Flodesk's dashboard, it's the recent emails that I've sent, which that doesn't really make sense to me because it's like, why do I want to see what I've sent? Even if I did, I would want to see who opened it, who clicked it, that sort of thing. So Mailerlite makes more sense in that regard, that there is a true dashboard as opposed to on Flodesk where you have to click over here to see the analytics of things and your bar graphs and things like that. All right, and then in Mailerlite, if you want to do automations and workflows, you can do it here. Flodesk calls them workflows. Mailerlite calls them automations. It's silly, but anyway, it's so easy to click and do new automation, and then do your flow. When somebody subscribes to X thing, they get these emails, that sort of thing. And then on Flodesk, you gotta scroll back up. Here it's workflows, and it's the same thing. When somebody is in a segment, then they get all of these emails that they need. Integrations here on Mailerlite make more sense, I think, for a full like e-commerce, you're selling your stuff online business, because you have your APIs that everybody needs, and then you can connect different things like WooCommerce, Shopify, Squarespace, Zapier, Canva, WordPress, Stripe, all of those things, right to your Mailerlite. Then if somebody like subscribes to a form, for instance, I have my forms for my freebie formula, funnel fundamentals, Facebook ads and freebies, all that stuff. These I actually found a tangent, like a little too simple. So forms, I couldn't be too creative with them, but they are just like little pop-ups that I put on my website. So it's just a thing that says, here's what you're signing up for, here's your name, email, and Instagram handle or whatever. So that's why they all, if you look, they all sort of look the same because they're just my branding colors. And then I put that on a site. While Flodesk, if I'm looking at my forms here, I can be more creative with them. Again, there are a few templates that you can use, but I feel like they're prettier and they're more branded, that sort of thing, than just a regular old form. But anyway, both, when somebody signs up for it, they get tagged in a certain way in your subscriber list, and then that can trigger a campaign. That is like, again, every email service provider, if you cannot tag and segment your audience, then you shouldn't be using it because that is a huge part of lead nurture, bringing them to the right part of your funnel, right? So The one thing that I'm not loving about Flodesk is that there's like 5 things that you can do up here, right? And you have to pay for every one of them. So even just to email people, you have to be a subscriber for $38 a month. Forms are great. That comes with your $38 a month. Workflows again. But then checkouts, if I want to add, I built these and then they're like, you can't use them. You actually have to pay us $68 a month if you want to connect. So that does suck because I did want an all-in-one platform. And I do like the forms on Flodesk. So I was hoping that I could do a pretty little form into a pretty little checkout into a pretty little funnel. But I don't really want to spend $70 a month, at least not yet, because I'm cheap, okay? So Mailerlite might be the one I stick to because I could do the forms, I could do the segmenting, and then for $10 a month or whatever, I can send people to my pretty little funnel. But I'm torn, you know? So anyway, I don't know if this video will be helpful. It's just my comparison. I have been using them both for a couple of months now. Mailerlite a little bit longer. I do, as you can see, I have like a lot more people in my Mailerlite because I have taken a segment from my old email list and put it into Mailerlite just to test how people open and click and all that stuff. But I like things that are pretty, so I'm floating towards Flodesk to use. But I do like the dashboard of Mailerlite. It all depends on how your brain works. So I am very visual. I'm a little ADHD. I like things to be super simple. As you can see, I know I just keep clicking back and forth. It's probably so annoying to watch. Okay, these are my emails. So it's just a simple, it's written out. It's got my little fairy logo on the top. It's got the social links on the bottom, that sort of thing. And my workflows are super simple too. I don't even really A/B test there unless it's like somebody clicks on something or they don't, and then they're sent into a different part of the workflow. But I like things to be super simple, and that's why I like both of these. But I like things to look nice. That's why I like Flodesk. But again, if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, I have said that 2024 was my year of simplification. And that means I do want everything to be on one thing because I've tried out Stan Store. I've tried Wix Commerce and email BS. Don't do that. I've tried Mailerlite, Flodesk, Go High Level, all of the things. And I just want things to be simple and in one place. But for right now, I have this, and I have Stripe, and I have blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. This is just me going through it live with you. If you use either one, or if you use something better, I would love to know. Put it in the comments. But anyway, my personal opinion from someone who has used a bunch of different CRM systems is if you have the $68 a month in your budget, Flodesk is the way to go. It's super simple. It's nice to look at. And it allows you to be more creative with your lead pages and things like that. If you're more into the analytics of things and the integrations, and you have a million things that you have like on your website that you want flowing in the background, Mailerlite is your guy. Any questions, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer. Not even just on these two, but on any CRM system or workflow or automation or lead generation, lead organization, or lead nurture question. All right, see my links below. Sign up for a free lead audit if you want me to get in there and figure out what's going on, why people aren't converting, or why no one's signing up to your lead magnet. Yeah, and watch that Magic Pumpkin method. Here is the form for that. If you're wondering what the Magic Pumpkin method is, it is a quick 5-minute video all about how to create a lead magnet that is magical. Yeah, and that's all I have for today. I need to take a sip of water because I'm talking too much. Thanks so much for watching. Have a super productive day.